So here's one of the stats that we were talking about. It says in Colorado Springs and Virginia Beach, the share of military households is nearly 1 in 3.
Correct.
So it did take military into consideration.
Nice.
And that's why those cities were chosen. I guess.
And predictions are exactly what they are. They're predictions.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a couple of, you can look at a bunch of different factors and say, okay, this is what we think is going to happen. But here's why this range is so large. And here's a perfect example. eXp Realty and their analytics team thinks that home sales will rise 10% next year. Realtor.com and their analytics team thinks it's going to be 1.5%. So there is obviously data sets that people are looking at differently. For example, a lot of people say that President Trump and the incoming administration, their policies might be a tailwind for sales activity because tax cuts and deregulation will boost builder confidence and business confidence, right? And that could potentially rub off on home buyers. So we always talk about this. What are the 3 factors for people to be able to afford a home? It's the home prices, the interest rate, or your wages. Those 3 have to work in conjunction. What they're saying is, okay, well, if business confidence increases, people are going to have more money, they're going to get raises, so on and so forth, which will then allow them to buy a house. However, the opposite side of that is we know mortgage rates follow the 10-year Treasury bond. Anytime the Treasury bond rises, interest rates on mortgages rise as well. And in a hot economy, those Treasury bond yields tend to stay higher because you have to entice people to invest in Treasury bonds and not invest in the stock market. And the only way to do that is to promise higher returns. Well, when you promise higher returns, those same investors also buy mortgage bonds. Mortgages now have to also offer higher returns.
So the other thing too that I want to point out, and this is this is like the last sentence in this bit on the article, is the wild card, of course, is how other policies of a new Trump administration affect the price of other goods and services. And I think that is extremely important because, exactly to your point, business confidence can be great. But if consumer confidence is low, if the tariffs go into place and people are having to spend more, big if, then buyer and seller confidence, the consumer confidence will go down.